Hello everyone. Today we will see the terms, that is line segment, ray, line, congruent segments, properties of congruent segments, midpoint of a segments, comparison of segments, and perpendicularity of segments or rays, and distance of a point from a line. So let's start with line segment. Now what is mean by line segment? Line segment means there are three different types of line. One we called it as the line segment, second we called it as the ray or line. So there is minute difference between these three. Okay, so first one is line segment. Now what is line segment? If I draw a line, first here it is point A and here it is point B. When a line has two endpoints on both the sides, when a line has two endpoints on both the sides, then it is called as line segment. That is the simple definition. Okay, when a line has two endpoints on both the sides, on both the directions, then it is called as a line segment. And we can also second one is symmetry and third one is transitivity. Three properties of congruent segments are reflexivity, symmetry and transitivity. Now first we will talk about the reflexivity. What is the meaning of reflection? I hope you have learned about what the reflection in science. The reflection means the mirror image. When we see, when we stand in front of when we stand in front of mirror, we see our image. It means reflexivity means what? If it is in mathematics, segment AB is congruent to segment AB, that is called as reflexivity. In mathematics, segment AB is congruent to segment AB, that is called as reflexivity. Simply reflexivity means mirror image. Same term is equivalent to same term, that is called reflexivity. Symmetry. Symmetry means if any closed figure is having same shape and size. If any closed figure is having same shape and size, that is called as symmetry. In mathematics, it is written as segment AB is congruent to segment CD. Means if segment AB is congruent to segment CD, then segment CD is congruent to segment AB. If segment AB is congruent to segment CD, it means if one term is congruent to second term, then we can say that second term is congruent to first term. In the form of closed figure, we can say that, like suppose this is the circle. Suppose this is the circle and it is the radius of the circle, and the line which passes through the radius, that we called it as the diameter. If we fold this left side, and put it to the right side, if we fold this line from the middle, from the diameter, and we put it to the right side, then we get the same shape. So that is called as the symmetry. After that, we will talk about the transitivity. Transitivity means what? If one term is equivalent to second term. If one term is equivalent to second term and second term is equivalent to third term. So comparing first and second, we can say that first term is equivalent to third term. For example, if segment AB is congruent to segment PQ and segment PQ is congruent to segment XY. What I have written, if segment AB is congruent to segment PQ and segment PQ is congruent to segment XY, it means first term is congruent to second term and second term is congruent to third term, then we can say that first term, that is segment AB, is congruent to segment XY. Segment AB is congruent to segment XY. This property is called as the transitivity. After this, we will see midpoint of a segment. What is called? After this, we will see midpoint of a segment. Suppose I draw a segment here. Let that segment is XY. Suppose there is a segment XY. We know what is line segment, which is having endpoints on both the sides, that we called it as the line segment. Let I take the point P, which is on line segment XY. I have taken a point P which is on line segment XY, such that X dash P dash Y. It means that X, P and Y are collinear. If because of point P, if segment XP is congruent to segment PY. If segment XP is congruent to segment PY, then we can see that point P is midpoint of segment XY. Then we can say that point P is the midpoint of segment XY. It means what? when what we called it as the, which point is we called it as the midpoint? The point which divides the line segment into equal parts. The point which divides the line segment into equal parts, that point is called as the midpoint of the segment. Okay, now let's talk about the next, 7th, that is comparison of segment. Now we will see about the comparison of segments. What is mean by comparison? Comparison means either smaller than or greater than or equal to. The signs, these are the signs of comparison, either greater than, smaller than or equal to. So if AB is greater than, so if AB is equal to 6 centimeter and segment CD is equals to 5 centimeter, then comparing 1 and 2 we can say that segment AB is greater than segment CD, because the length of AB is greater than length of CD, that we called it as the comparison. We can also say that segment CD is smaller than segment AB, because CD has length of the CD is smaller than length of AB. If segment PQ is equals to 5 centimeter and segment XY is also equals to 5 centimeter, then we can say that segment XY it is equals to segment PQ, because both are having same length, so that we called it as the comparison. Comparison means nothing but smaller than, lesser than, equal to signs. That is means this signs denotes comparison between the line segments. Next one is the perpendicularity of the segment or rays. Perpendicularity of segment or rays. If two line segments, two rays or two lines, or one line and one line segment, or one ray and one line segment, both makes an angle of 90 degree with each other, then we can say that two lines, two segments, or one ray or that segment is perpendicular to each other. We will draw two lines. Suppose this is line L and this is line M. Okay, I have drawn two lines here. Suppose this is horizontal line is line M and vertical line is line L. So if these two lines makes an angle of 90 degree, then we can say that line L and line M are perpendicular to each other. It is not necessary that these two should be only lines. It can be ray, it can be line segment also. And it is also not necessary that it should be horizontal or vertical. It can be in slanted form also. Slanted form means what? So this is a slanted line. We can say we say that it is a slanted line. Let we consider that it is line segment AB. It is a line segment AB. So this, if I draw a second line, that is CD, which makes an angle of 90 degree, so that two means one line segment, that is line segment AB, and line CD are said to be perpendicular to each other. Why? Because they are making an angle of 90 degree with each other. So that is called as perpendicularity of segments or rays. Okay. After this, next term we will see distance of a point from a line. Suppose we have given one line. And we have given one point here. Let that point is P. Suppose that we have given one line, that line is AB, and we have given one point P P and we have to find out the distance of point P from line AB. Now how to find out the distance? Only we have given one line and one point, and we have to determine the distance between point P and this line AB. Okay, then how to find it? First we will draw a perpendicular from point P to line AB. How to draw perpendicular? We will take some distance in our divider and take the pointer, put the pointer at point P and draw from by putting pointer on point P, we will draw one arc like this. Okay, now these are 2 points of intersection. So from these 2 points which intersect line AB at point X and Y, we will draw a perpendicular bisector. Which will pass through point P. And it intersect line AB at point D. Let's take this as point Q. It intersect line AB at point Q. So this PQ, we can say that PQ is perpendicular to AB, and PQ is perpendicular to AB and which intersect line AB at point Q. So that the distance PQ, it is called as the distance of a point from a line. If you will measure this distance PQ, so distance PQ is the distance of a point from a line, and this point Q is called as the foot of perpendicular. Okay. Now in this way you have to determine the distance of any point from a line, and remember always that distance is always perpendicular to the base. That base. Okay, I hope you understand all the terms which I have explained now. Thank you.